Hello, EL117. This is chapter 12, comparison and contrast. Okay, so let's practice comparing two birds here. Which of these are true? Do they sing? Can they fly? Can they swim? So both of these two are correct. So both of them can sing, right? Both of them can fly. So if we compare them, we can see two similarities, right? So both of them cannot swim, right? Now, let's see the other example here. Let's trying to compare these. Which of these are true? Can they walk? Are they fruit? Can you eat them? So both of these are true, but this one is not true. So basically, this is our chapter. We're trying to compare and contrast two things, right? I'm going to talk more about that. Now, let's see, if you go to page 158, you will see this. Now, comparing and contrasting are very common in academic writing. It is very important because you might ask to compare and contrast something in for example, in your literature class, or also in your writing class. So it's very important to understand it. Now, the purpose of comparison is to show how people, places, things, or ideas are similar. So when I tell you compare, that means I'm asking you to tell me the similarities, right? Now, when I'm telling you to contrast, I'm asking you to tell me the differences, right? So the purpose of contrast is to show how people, places, things, or ideas are different. So if I'm asking you to compare, that means you tell me the similarities. Now, if I'm asking you to contrast, you tell me the differences. For example, here in your computer science class, you may be asked to compare two programming languages, right? Or in your literature class, your instructor may ask you to compare two novels. So it's very important to understand how to organize our essays, or how to compare and contrast. Also, here's another example. Let's move on. How do we organize our essay? There are basically three ways of organizing essays that compare and contrast. Now we're going to see them. We call the first one is the basic block. Second one is the block comparison. And the last one is point by point comparison. So we have three things, or we have three organizing essays for comparing and contrasting. So basically, which one you choose, it's fine for me. The first one is the basic block. You will start with your introduction, right? Then you will start with the body paragraph 1 and 2, and then the last one. Here, basically differences is here in the body paragraphs. In body paragraph 1, you will tell me the similarities in your topic sentence. In your first body paragraph, you will tell me the similarities, and then in your supporting details, you will support these similarities. And in a different body paragraph, in body paragraph number 2, you will tell me the differences, and then you will support your differences. So similarities in one paragraph, in one body paragraph, and differences in one body in a different body paragraph. Here is concluding paragraph, right? This is a basic block. This is very basic. You just tell me similarities in one paragraph, differences in the other. Now let's compare this. Tell me, or tell how two things are the same. Can you think of an answer? How are these two objects are the same? The similarities are what? They can worn on your feet, They keep your feet dry, warm, protected, and both cover the toes, right? And here are the differences, right? So they are different in color and size. They are made from different types of leather. People wear one in winter and the other in the summer. So basically, just tell me some similarities and differences. You don't have to make it too complicated. In the exam, if you see a question, don't try to make it very complicated. Just tell me the similarities and differences. Here is a very simple example in front of you. You don't have to make it very hard. Okay. Here is another graphic organizer. We call it a block comparison. Here, how you do it. You start for sure with your introduction, and don't forget your thesis, right? Now, in your body paragraph number 1, you start with your main points about the similarity, about A, right? And then you support and detail example and details with examples about this point. Now, in body paragraph 2, the main points about B, and you compare it with A, right? Basically, you told me here the main point about it. The main point, for example, about the shoes, the first shoes. Now, in the second one, you compare the first shoes with the second one, right? It's not the same. It's not similar to the basic block, the first graphic organizer number 1. This is different. So you told me the main idea here about A, about the first shoes, and told me you compare the first one with the second one. Then you support yours, and of course at the end you need your concluding paragraph, right? Now let's see an example. Here are the dogs. Let's contrast. Tell how things are different. Okay, how are these dogs different? Let's see. First dog on the left is short and has short fur, right? This is short, right? Second dog on the right is taller than the first dog. The second dog has longer fur in comparison to the first one, right? You can tell more if you want. Now let's see the point by point comparison. You will start with your introduction for sure. Don't forget your thesis. And your body paragraph number 1. First point, you told me the first point, or you told me, yeah, first point about A and B, you supported. And your body paragraph number 2, you told me second point about A and B, right? So still, you tell us your main points, okay? Then on the last one, you told me third point also about A and B. Point by point, you don't put them all together, right? And there are many body paragraphs here than any other graphic organizers. If you think the first one, the basic block is the best for you, just do it. You don't have to follow one or the other. Just write what you think is easier for you. There is no extra points for any graphic organizers. You just do what you can and you will be fine. Let's compare and contrast here. Compare and contrast. Tell me the similarities and differences. Discuss ways that the mouse and the elephant are alike and different, right? Next, we will put them in a Venn diagram. Let's see. This is just to make it simple for you. Now, the similarities are here in the middle, right? Let's see, they are the same because they are animals. Both of them are gray. Both of them have long tails. They are what? Similarities, right? Now, differences. Here we go. The mouse is small, but the elephant very big. The mouse whiskers, and the elephant is tusks. Now, the mouse has tiny nose. This one has trunk, right? To practice this, let's see practice number 1. Let's analyze model essay number 1 on page 161. Model essay number 1 is 160. Okay. Discuss the following questions and then write the answers. See, open your book, try to do it yourself, and then look at the answers. You can see the answers here. Okay. You can pause the video and study the answers. Also, the PowerPoints are available on the LMS if you want them. Okay. Here we go. All right. You can do also practice number 2 and practice number 3. This will help you to understand the compare and contrast. Now, the transitions for comparing and contrasting are very important to help your reader to understand you and to follow your ideas and your writing. Transitions similar to likewise and similarly will help me to understand that you are telling the similarities, right? Now, coordinating conjunctions, the fanboys, you can use both if you want to tell me the similarities, right? So you can say both the mouse and elephant are animals, right? So you start with both, sorry. You have to use and as well. Now, neither for what? If you want to compare, right? And you can also use not only but also. And also prepositions like and similar to are here. You try to use them in the final. They're very important in your writing. Okay. Here are more transitions if you want to contrast, right? However, on the other hand, here is but, yet, while, where is, unlike, and contrast different from. Now, some of you, I mean, most of you still don't know how to use while or the adverbial clauses. Very important. You have to look them up. You have to see them. You have to study the adverbial clauses. When you use while in the beginning, you have to put comma, right? But some of you, when you write, some of you, when they write while, they don't put comma, which is grammatically wrong. Now, if you go to example from model essay number 1 as well on page 160, you will see that the writer or the author of that article used these transitions, right? Here, both and. They are both, right? Likewise, look how the author used likewise. You can put period or semicolon here, and then you have to put comma, likewise. In contrast as well, you can put period. If you don't use semicolon, I don't think you should use semicolon now. You can put just period and put in contrast. So when you go to page 160, study how the author used the comparison and contrasting. Now, if you go to practice number 4 on page 166, this is very important. Let's see, let's try to read. Oh, sorry. Let me go back. I don't know how to go back. Anyway, if you go to page 166, try to do this by yourself. Try to do the exercise by yourself, and then come back to see the answers. Okay, this is very important to understand. Here is structure and mechanic. When comparing two nouns, we use the comparative form of an adjective, right? An adjective describes or modifies a noun or a pronoun. It adds information about what kind, which one, or how many. It describes how things look, smell, feel, taste, sound, etc. Okay. If you just go and try to study, try to do it by yourself, or with a partner. This will help you to understand and analyze the information that you are studying here. Don't just watch this lecture and you think that you are done. No, you have to listen to the lecture here and do the exercise in the book, so you understand it. Okay. I think we are done with this. Study for the final, take it serious, and I hope you all be well, and I hope you all will pass. Okay, if you have any question, let me know, and good luck.